I'm Original L. I show how I grow my wealth through the stock market and the futures market. Today, AI stocks rallied, and I'm gonna get into the news behind it and when I'm looking at into the chart and see what top stocks look like a buy or if they don't look like a buy. Let's get into this video. Now, news for today, AI and semiconductor stocks led the rally. Semiconductor stocks were among the market's strongest performers. Renewed optimism around AI demanded fueled buying across the chip sector. AI infrastructure remained the market's leading investment theme. Two, tech led the market higher. The Nasdaq outperformed the major indexes. The S&P 500 finished higher. The Dow also gained but lagged behind the technology stocks. Investors rotated back into large cap tech. U.S. Iran tensions remain in focus. Investors continue monitoring the conflict between the U.S. and Iran. Market sentiment improved as fears of prolonged conflict ease. Geopolitical developments remain the biggest overnight risk for equities. Oil prices declined. Crude oil pulled back after recent gains. Lower oil prices ease inflation concerns. Energy stocks generally underperformed the broad market. Treasury yields fell. The 10-year Treasury yield declined. Lower yields supported growth in technology stocks. Falling yields provided another tailwind for the Nasdaq. Labor market stayed strong. Weekly jobless claims came in around 250,000 below expectations. The labor market continued to show resilience. Strong employment kept the Federal Reserve cautious on interest rates. Number 7, the Federal Reserve still focused on inflation. Investors continue debating the timing of the future interest rate moves. Inflation remains the Fed's primary concern. Upcoming inflation data will be closely watched. Earnings season began. PepsiCo reported revenue above expectations, though North American snack sales remained weak. That's good. Hey man, that is good. The snack sales remained weak. That means people ain't buying no snacks. Let's go, America. Let's go. We on our healthy stuff right now. We that's good. America ain't buying no snacks, man. We on our healthy stuff. That's what I'm talking about, man. Ain't no snacks, ain't no honey buns, no pop, no Coke, none of that, no Pepsi. That's what I'm talking about, America. Let's go. AstraZeneca fell after a phase 3 heart drug trial disappointed. Dang. Levi Stratus beat earnings estimates but issued weaker than expected guidance. Dang, it's for guidance ain't hitting. But with that being said, that's the top news for today. We are finna get into the top tech stocks, which was the rally for today. And the NASDAQ 100, I ain't gonna lie, it was a good day. I was day trading and watching it live in the morning. I go live at 9:30 every single morning, watching the market and seeing what I'm liking, seeing what I'm not. I was watching the NASDAQ futures index and I did see a pretty good long move. I did say I was targeting this high. It did happen early in the morning in the live. If you didn't check that out, make sure you go do that. But let's get into the top companies that I am looking at that has been going crazy within the AI sector. I got these top 1, 2, 3, 4. I got these top 5 companies, okay? But first, the first company, which is it's not really a company, it's an ETF. And it's the ETF that goes based off of the NASDAQ 100, right? So looking at this first ETF, we're going to be looking at the QQQ. Let's get into it. Looking at the QQQ. Yes, we did have a good move up today. That was clean. But we gotta zoom out. Okay. Looking at this, yeah, we did get this gap up higher. Yes, I did see a good move up for today intraday price action. But when we come to this daily chart, we have to especially look at this. Before we get into any top stocks that's within this QQQ ETF, we have to look at the QQQ first, right? Because it lets us know if it's expanding or reversing or consolidating, right? So when I see this, I see consolidation. Now, we're just moving sideways. So whatever the stocks do okay, it'll be cool But right when I see consolidation, that means it's low probability. Yeah, you can get your trades in here and there, but I really don't trust it. I put it like this. You ever had a friend or somebody that's close to you when you're like, when I see consolidations, like it's that one friend is like, bro, you talking behind my back, but then to my face, oh, we cool. You know, it's like you don't know what you want to be on my enemy side or you want to be close friends with me. Like, you know, you moving sideways. So I don't like to see that when it comes to the chart. It's just moving sideways. Yes, we did have a good rally today, but ultimately this chart is moving sideways. I don't like sideways movement. I like expanding markets where it's either expanding to the downside or we're expanding to the upside. So that's the top relations I like. We either going down together or we going up together, but we're not moving sideways together. We're not doing that here, right? So as I look at this ETF, of course I have to look at it before I go into the rest of the stocks I'm finna get into. On my list is ARM Holdings. Why do I like ARM Holdings? I have to take into consideration, like I showed earlier, that the QQQ is consolidating. So it's going to make this trade less probable since the QQQs are consolidating. But if it has moved up, I definitely see this stock going to 379.97. Why is that? Because we got these cut relative equal lows, which are sell stops. We have this daily volume imbalance right here, and we have a candle close above it, and which is the price of 322.24. Now, I honestly would like if it taps back into it, then I want to see it run up higher to this high. And that's when I say, okay, boom, we're going back up there to 379.97. Now, I could be wrong, so what would be a stop loss? We always have to manage our stop loss. I would not want to see it come down to this right here. This 297.54. Say if you get in and see it, I see a good entry. If it comes down to this 297.54, I'm like, I'm out. I don't want nothing to do with this stock. Okay, boom. It's not worth it right now. And if it does that, is most likely due to the fact that the QQQ is consolidating, right? Now, this next company I like is called Meta. Meta what? Okay, I personally own this company in my portfolio. It did good for me today. I definitely see it going to the 642.40. But now listen close. Listen very, very, very close. When we're talking about Meta, we have to look at the weekly chart. That's okay. It did good today. Hooray. But we have to look at this weekly chart and see this one thing. And this is it right here. So coming tomorrow, I want to see if Meta gets a candle close. The way it looks like he's going to want to do it tomorrow. But we might turn around tomorrow and be like, hey, I don't want to do this. Or it might just come down tomorrow due to some geopolitical news. But tomorrow is Friday, which is going to have the close of the market, right? So if we close above 604.74, I definitely see tomorrow, I definitely see it for weeks. I see it going to 642.40. Now, after it goes there, my next target will be the 690.88. And ultimately, this company is good to buy at a discount. We buy in a discount, sell in a premium. Now, this company I plan on holding forever. But for right now, I want to see it get to these relative equal highs. I want to see it go to 793.65 to 788.22. Now, that's the all-time high. So if you get Meta right now, this one company is on a huge discount. And everybody's probably going to talk about it when it's at all-time highs. Oh, it's at all-time highs. Let's buy it right now. But no. I think my buy was like at 544. So yeah, I'm just waiting for it to go to all-time highs. And I plan on holding this company long-term for the rest of my life. For planning on, Lord willing, passing this company on to my kids, if it's still a profitable, good standing company then. Right? So this is one of them companies where I see that's on a discount everybody's not talking about, because you won't hear like got a lot of good news about it when it's on a discount like this. But when it goes back up to all-time highs, the average retail investor be like, okay, I see what's going on in the news is at all-time highs. Let me buy it. Whole time, you're missing your opportunity right now. So for me, how I invest, I already got in, right? So this company Meta is key to buy at. But we must see the weekly close for tomorrow. If it wants to close above 604.74, I see it going to that 642, then seeing it going to that 690.88 for right now. But this by the end of this year, I definitely see it going to those relative equal highs. This next company on my list, we are on it right now. Like if you're on YouTube right now, you are literally on the company right now. So I'll definitely consider investing in it, but I wouldn't consider doing it right now because the stock market is not really down 10 to 20%. But let me talk about it on this weekly chart. On this weekly chart, we're looking at Google. Google. Now, I definitely wanted to go back to all-time highs, but it has to close above the price 380.11. Now, if we get a close above 380.11, then tap back into it on a weekly time frame, I see it going to 408.37, which is all-time highs. But for right now, Google is just chilling. We had this weeks of move up, so we had this little pullback. It is what it is to this weekly buy sign and balance, sell sign efficiency price of 331.15. I'm not really tripping about that. It is what it is. It had a pullback after reaching all-time highs. It's been down for a few weeks, yes, but really want to see, can Google get above that 380.11? And yeah, man. Going to this company, last but not least, it's called Dell Technologies. Now, before I get into here, it's basically at all-time highs. I would not recommend chasing this company and owning it as an asset when it's at all-time highs. We buy in a discount and we sell in a premium. So let me get into this chart. Looking at this chart, we had a bunch of sideways movement, and I don't like this. When companies do this, it's like you get the manipulation and you're moving back to the other side, but look how ugly it does it. And especially if you trade options, you got chopped up through all of this. And I know they just hitting you. Like, it's horrible. Look at all of this chop. Now, do I see it going to all-time highs? Yes. But look what you had to go through before it got there. And when you playing within the options market, bro, them contracts probably ate you up. You probably barely break even for the play. So, yes, I see it going to all-time highs. Do not chase all-time highs. We buying a discount, selling a premium. With that being said, those are the top stocks that I'm liking and where I see the levels for them at. If you feel you got any value from this video on what I'm doing on my personal investment journey, please subscribe to the channel. It'll do a lot. With that being said, y'all have a blessed life. Shalom.